What's happening, everybody? Here we are, another Thursday night on the, sorry, not Thursday, Wednesday night on the grind. I have a special guest in the house tonight, my son Kade. We're going to be talking about some topics that's going on with the new show and the new format and stuff. But let me go ahead and introduce my sponsors. First up tonight is Hopkins Design. If you need print, webs, logo, photos, videos, anything to do with branding your company and having a social media, a website, stuff like that, presence, you need to get with Earl at hopkins-design.com. This guy is great. He does everything social media. I say social media. I don't think he does your Facebook, but he does all your ads, all of your branding, all the stuff like that you could possibly need. So reach out to Earl at hopkins-design.com and let him know Kevin with the grind sent you. Next up, our friends over at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine, a great magazine, local magazine to Indiana and Northern Illinois or Illinois. Great pictorials. They have calendars. They have local events, bike nights. They have everything you could possibly want. Plus, they've got great bikes and great advertisers in there. You have to go get you a copy. I think they're free. Go to any of your bike shops or your local bars and establishments and check them out. Next up is Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Complete audio, fat tires, big wheels, rake kits, air rides, center stands, body works, metal works, light kits, everything you can want to customize your bikes. Come see us at Legacy Bike Works. You can view us on Instagram, Legacy Bike Works on Instagram, and Legacy Bike Works on Facebook. Next up, American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com, American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook, American Drag Seats on Instagram, American Drag Seats on Twitter. Any type of Harley Davidson motorcycle seat you could possibly want, we have. Custom seats, custom pans, custom foam, custom shaping, custom covers, leather tooling. We've got you covered. Anything you could possibly need. Hit us up at AmericanDragSeats.com. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine, established in 2019. Urban Rides Magazine, its sister publication, Street Bagger Magazine. The best magazines out there by far. Daniel Roby and the guys are out there every day, going to the rallies, doing the stereo competitions, the bike shows, everything. You've got to get over to urbanridesmagazine.com, Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. Get you a digital subscription or get you a hard copy subscription. Either way, you got to get over there and check them out. Next up, our good friends over at Jade Affiliated. Jade Affiliated, get these guys on Facebook. Jade Affiliated on Facebook. They make some of the best wheels out there. Period. Point blank. The end. Awesome wheels. I've got a set coming my way. As soon as I get them, you know I'm going to be doing a video about those wheels. Check them out at jaaffiliated.com or God dang, I always forget his website. I got to write that down and put it on the computer. Check them out, Jade Affiliated on Facebook. It's the best way to get a hold of them. Jade Affiliated on Instagram. Two awesome places to get a hold of them. Next up, our good friends are at Hell Speed Shop, hellspeedshop.com. Hell Speed Shop has by far the best flannel shirts in the industry, in any industry. They're awesome shirts. I personally have like 19 or 20 of them. They've got great t-shirts, hats, apparel. Plus, Nathan Hell builds some amazing hot rod trucks, man. You got to go check them out at hellspeedshop.com.
There's skeletons on the shirt.
That's right. So what's up, everybody? See, we got some viewers in the house. Please leave a message. Let me know where you're watching from.
Can they hear me?
They can't hear you. Yes, sir. They can hear you. Anyway, so I've changed up a little bit of the format, not so much just me rambling on about things I don't know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's a dig at somebody, but that's okay. With the new show, the new day, the new time, I'm here to let everybody know we are actually pursuing hardcore sponsors for the Grind National Biker Build Off. We are trying to raise $30,000 cash to get 10 to 15 chosen builders involved to have 1 year to build a bike, and it's a winner take all. There are no classes. There's nothing. If you want to build a trike, you could build a trike. You could be going up against a bagger, a bobber, a chopper. It doesn't matter. Metric bikes are included. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to build, you're going to be in. But just remember, you're competing against yourself. The judges will be judging your bike on how well you built it, things like that. As I get things together and I actually get the sponsors to actually support this and stuff, I will give all the details out. But we are heavily pursuing that right now because I want to put on the biggest, baddest bike build off show ever with, like I said, a minimum of $30,000 cash.
Can those people hear us?
Everybody, they're leaving their comments so that we know where they're watching from. So Tim Skates is watching from up on the north side of Houston. Alex Toth is in Chicago. Mm-hmm. So tell them hi. Mm-hmm. So you can't get all, embarrassed now. Get the cards out of your face. They don't want to see that. Jeremy Goheen, I sent you a message, man. Were you able to cut those pieces for me? How are we looking on that? But anyway, so I wanted to bring Kade on here tonight because for the last couple of years, I've been putting him off and putting him off and putting him off. What's up? Do it for the 85th Sturgis next year. A lot of people. Well, that would be great to do it, Winton, next year, but we don't have the funding yet. So we need to get the funding first because when I put this next build off on, it's going to be a documentary. There's going to be videos. There's going to be reels. There's going to be everything. We're really going to promote the hell out of the builders that are doing this to actually get the publicity that you guys deserve. But back to Kade. Scoot over a little bit. You're out of screen. What I wanted to talk about with Kade tonight is you guys have been watching me for the last 6 or 7 years. You guys know that it's the next generation that I want to influence the next generation to get into bike building and doing things and use their hands. So Kade, I started teaching Kade how to weld when he was 9.
I also go to this tree that me and my friends go to, and we make like little wooden weapons and stuff. And then they teach me, and my brother taught me kind of how to weld. But
do you know what kind of welding it was that he was teaching you?
I don't know.
MIG.
MIG.
It's where you have the gun and you press the button and it shoots the wire out while you're welding. Did you enjoy welding?
Yeah.
It didn't scare you?
Oh, in the beginning it did, but it was really fun. I want to make something out of it because I've seen those when we'll go to what's it called, the big place with all the
That's called the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, the Renaissance Festival has all the big old metal statues and stuff.
So that's called metal art. And you want to build metal art? Mm-hmm. Well, you got to learn how to weld first, but then you got to learn how to cut pieces out. You got to kind of have a vision for what you're building. So what would be something you would want to build right now if you could?
Like a ninja, like a little metal ninja out of screws.
You need to talk more clear. You're talking
like
a baby.
Ninja out of screws or something like that big old remember
Look
that
at the screen.
Remember that ninja at the there's a ninja at the
mm-hmm. It was a great big shinobi ninja. And he had the helmet on. He had all the armor on.
Jeremy said he wants me to do plasma table?
He said, get that boy on the plasma table. Yeah, because you got to learn how to lay parts out on the computer. You got to transfer them over to the plasma table, and you got to learn how to set the settings on the plasma table and cut stuff out. See, the fact that you're only 11, if you start doing this and you keep doing these things, by the time you're 14, 15, 16, when you get your own car, you're going to be able to do stuff to your car that a lot of your friends aren't going to be able to do because their parents aren't teaching them what I'm trying to teach you. Mm-hmm. So tell me more about the welding. So tell me about what's the best part of the welding that you did?
I like being able to put the metal on other piece of metal, so you can build stuff on it.
Like a triangle?
Yeah, and stuff we started with almost scraps and stuff. and like there's this little like it was a triangle piece, an old piece of metal, and we would put them like trying to make like a wall of the metal,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it was fun to try to get it like up, knowing that that's also another thing. I liked how it was like lava, like kind of like ready.
It's molten metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun a lot, and welding is fun because you're getting to make something. You're getting to make something with your own two hands, and then it's real good when you start to get the bead, which is what you're welding. When you get that bead to look really uniform and really straight.
Like that.
Like what? Oh, like that?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was something I built when I very first started it. That's not straight or nothing. That's kind of goofy looking. But I can weld way better than that now, but I had to practice a whole lot.
Where's a piece of the weld stuff?
Well, I've got stuff all over my phone that I've taken pictures of and shown the people and everything.
Oh. Good evening, everyone.
That's Uncle Bruno. You know Uncle Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
So, so back to this. Do you still feel like being on here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about where we're going with the show because it might involve you.
Okay.
So what we were discussing last week, if you were unable to watch the show last week, was discussing doing segments. So we take little videos as you build something. So we could take a video of you. You could draw on a piece of paper what you want to build, and then I can help you lay the parts out and stuff like that. And you can cut them, and then you can grind them, and then you can weld them together. And we'll do it in segments so that people can see you actually can make some stuff. But we also want to get our viewers involved and do segments on the viewers that are wanting to make stuff as well, because the whole thing behind the show, the grind, is it's the grind. It's getting up every day. It's putting in the work. It's doing the work to make the stuff you want to make that may not exist, or if it exists, you can't afford to buy it. So you want to make it, or maybe you just want to make it because you want to do it yourself.
You know what? There's stuff I really like to do.
What is that?
When we do go out to our tree, I like to make like me and Colton have been working on this little. It looks like it's what are they called?
I don't know.
Oh,
You're gonna have to tell me.
Things with three. You said like a. I don't know what they're called.
But what do you do with them?
We were using it as like a little table to build more stuff, and we made like wooden weapons and like.
He made caveman tools.
Oh, yeah.
Use sticks and rocks, and he would wrap stuff around them to keep them together. He said, "Do it yourself haircut." Well, you don't like the long hair, the shag do. I mean, the only thing he could end up with this,
dye haircut.
But he got this, do it yourself. But he got all this back here too. So, but okay. So when you guys are over there at the tree, yeah. Well, you got to talk louder and more clearly.
Like this.
Just talk like your regular talk, like when you're telling me these 30-minute stories you tell me about school. Just talk like that. People, because they want to hear you. They want to hear what you have to say.
What talk about? I don't know what to talk about.
Well, that's why I was talking to you about welding and about what you want to make and how you, because everybody that's watching this page right now, everybody on here makes something.
They got metal stuff like how you can
like Tim McLaughlin right there.
You know what I really want? I want a little axe, like an axe.
Well, I can teach you how to build an axe. It's just metal.
You know how cavemen made like how'd they get the holes inside the rocks to put the rock in and then tie it?
They would use a different type of rock and chisel it just a little bit at a time and chisel a hole into it.
Almost took hours.
Well, and back then they didn't have tools like we have now, so they had to figure it out. But that's the whole process, is trying to figure out what you're doing and what you want to make, and then figuring out how to make it.
Me and Colton just tied a rock. I mean, we taped a rock to a
stick. But it was the way you tied it together and the way you did it. It works really well, right?
We went home and grabbed a regular hammer. It didn't really work that well.
Yeah.
It got one in.
Okay.
It got one nail in, but
right.
It broke out.
So what I was saying is that most of the people watching here, like Tim, he's building a chopper. Uncle Bruno builds houses. Jeremy Goheen actually makes a whole bunch of cool parts, and he has a CNC plasma table like I do.
They want to see the weapons that I made.
Well, I don't know, where are they?
They're downstairs.
We'll go get them. Bring them up
Okay.
real quick, but hurry up.
I'm gonna keep talking.
I am going to keep talking because people don't want to just sit here and watch dead silence. So anyway, I decided, because Kate has asked me for a long time to be on the show, that, you know, what part of me making me happy again is doing things for my family. So I don't expect a whole bunch of viewers, but I do expect people to see the direction I'm going. I'm trying to teach him the things that I do know and get his creative juices flowing and get his mind working so that he can eventually work his way into either wanting to work with metal or wood or something, but work with his hands. But while we got just 2 seconds, he's going to go get the stuff that he made. I want to get back to the new format of the show. If you are a builder of anything and you want to be featured on this show, please message myself or Uncle Bruno, because there's going to be some times that Uncle Bruno is going to be co-hosting the show with me on certain topics and certain events. He has agreed to be my co-host on those nights and those things. So it's going to be a treat to hear two of us talking about something going on in the industry or something we've got going on personally. But what we're looking for is we're looking for craftsmen that want to showcase what they do. And I know, Alex, don't you do stained glass still? If I'm not mistaken. You were doing that for a while. But we're looking for craftsmen that want to build stuff and put segments together, or let us put segments together to showcase you. Because I want to get the show back to what its originality was, which was building motorcycles and building stuff. But I don't want it to be all about me. I want it to be about other craftsmen, painters, seat guys, people that want to participate in it. So if you want to participate in that and you want some segments about you showing what you do and how you do it from beginning to end, man, just hit up either me or Uncle Bruno and we will make that happen. There's no wrong in what he is doing, only trial and error to learn. That is the true statement. And all I'm trying to do is get him in the house off of these. These are horrible. These are mind killers in my mind. But he's got one. But I'm trying to get him to understand that this is just wasted time. Whereas outside, building this tree fort that they've been building, it's pretty cool. We all did that when we were kids. Getting him outside using his hands so that he's using his mind and his motor skills more than he's using his mental skills, I guess, on a video game. But Cade's coming back right now. He's going to walk up. I'm going to switch sides. Well, apparently he's
Mom
here.
wanted me to get water.
Get water. Oh, for Mom? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, sit down right here. I'll put you on this side now. So, let's see the first thing. This was the first one you built, right?
This was.
Okay, let me see this.
It's upgraded over time.
So, this is pretty big.
You can break it down. Let me see it.
Hold on. I want to show them the whole thing first. So, it looks kind of like a cane.
But it breaks down into two really good weapons.
But it breaks down into a weapon. You can see he put a strap on it to carry it. He used electrical tape, But this is the cool part about it. Now, when you do this, you got to kind of show them in the middle what you're doing.
You twist, and you got like something.
See, put it in here. Then you got a small hand one, and then you still got this big one, and then you can flip the big one over, and now you got a knot to knock someone in the head with. But it all goes back together like this. Yeah. I don't know where he come up with this stuff at, but he came up with it, and it works for whatever it is. Well, I don't know what the heck did I hit there. There it is. So this is a pretty cool thing, using his mind and thinking about what he's building. Now,
well, this end was, and then my other weapon was this next one I made. This was specifically when we were trying to make an area to put our stuff in. We were trying to get all the weeds out because there was this big old grass bush and there was grass going like this, and we were going to go under it. So we had to get all the grass under. So we made this to chop down all the weeds, and it works really good. Grab right there.
And that, I don't care who you are, that's going to give you a bad day right there. And it's kind of crazy that my 11-year-old is building this type of stuff, but he's got the wrap on it with the tape so you don't get splinters and stuff. All right, show him the last one.
This one we just made, and I got lazy and didn't want to
go up and show him.
I started building a hole right there, but
hold it up
I
so they can see it.
And so we went home and got some tape, and I made this. And this
is that like a hammer?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a small hammer.
So this side could be a hammer, but this side could actually cut wood.
It's not. It's dull right now, but that's how we originally sharpening stuff.
Hey, you know what? You used your mind and your brain, and you came up with 3 tools and 3 knives or swords, daggers, whatever you want to call them. So that's pretty cool.
There's a lot of grass and stuff over here and on this area from when we were swinging it.
Yeah. So did Colton and Cannon make anything?
Oh yeah, they have at the area. They have this. We found those. You know how big these? This was probably like this big originally, like that big. So we were shading this down. This took a long time, but Cannon, my best friend's little brother, he stepped on this half and cracked it. The only reason I had to tape it all right here because there's a crack in here. But we were trying to get a handle, so I was going to tape this area, but I didn't want to use any more tape since we used a lot on this one.
Yeah.
So when we sharpened this, but after a while we were using it, it got dull, and we were trying to sharpen it, but our big rock that we originally used, we were using this to sharpen stuff. That's when we made this part over here, so we could sharpen it.
And that's exactly how the cavemen did it.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know arrowheads were just rocks that they used other rocks to chip them down to make them sharp? Mm-hmm. So you knew that, right? So you could have done the same thing with this, but this is more of a, I'm going to think that's some type of granite. But anyway, you could do the same thing with this. See how you kind of wore it down right here and sanded it? Mm-hmm. So you could have done that, and you could take this and and you can see it's already marking your wood. It's already marking the wood. So you could actually sit there, it would take time, but almost like you're whittling that wood away to make it what you want it to do.
The only thing is, we don't have that long time, so we started because the tree, they're building houses over there around the area.
You think they're going to cut the tree down?
Yeah, they are. The only reason they didn't cut that tree down was because it wasn't in the way of the pond. So they drained the pond and cut down all the trees around it. But the pathway, they're going to clear that out after. And we find a lot of these little staffs. They're big staffs. I don't know what they are. They put them in the ground near flags and stuff to mark poles. Mm-hmm. And we found this ribbon thing that they tied around the poles, and we tied that around.
So y'all took those away?
Not the poles,
but just the flags.
No, not the flags either. We tore the ribbon off of the
tore the ribbon off
the
right.
And that thing.
So those are all things that they use to mark the ground to know where they're going to lay the cables, where they're going to put the gas lines and things like that. So if you take those little flags away, then they don't know where they're supposed to be working.
We didn't take the flags. We took the ribbon that was on the
wood
staff.
Yeah, it's not a staff. It's actually a piece of wood that's about 4 foot tall. It's pointed at one end, and they tie that so they're more easily visible from a distance.
This is original like this. And this one was originally a knife that I had that would go in this hole.
Yeah.
Just in, I don't know, just so. Because we originally didn't have this. So
no one knows what you're talking about because you're not showing them.
Well, originally I didn't have this part, so I just had it tied like right here, and I'd have the knife come out. But after this happened, where were we at the crawfish boil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uncle Donald's house.
Uncle Donald's house, and we were out just exploring stuff near their creek that they had near their house.
Yeah.
And we found these two little pipe-looking things. It was really, really long, but we got two of these and realized they connected. So we could get one like sword-looking one, and then one that we could use as like a pickaxe to like dig in the ground. This was originally sharp, but
you need to show people what you're
this
talking
was
about.
originally sharp, but is my most used thing. It also helps me climb trees, because we were working on under the tree, on top of the tree. We were trying to like build like a staircase out of the wood and nails and stuff. And we were looking for old pieces of wood that had like bent nails, and my friend made a weapon that was like a pliers kind of.
Mhm.
But it was a piece of wood, and he attached it to his weapon so he could pry the nails straight. And we like took a piece of wood like in the rock, and we chiseled a little hole like about that deep into it. It was a thin rock. And he tied that to a stick, and we would use that to like bend it like that.
Well, you know what you're doing right here by figuring things out and making up your own stuff. You know that's where everything comes from. Is your mind thinking, okay, I need to make something that's got to do this. I need this to make this for me. And that's how things get invented.
Mm-hmm.
Is by little stuff like this. You start out with just a piece of wood like this, and then as you get older, you actually work with metal, work with other stuff, get into other things that because you're creative, your mind is going and you're figuring things out. Hey, look, there's both my kids are here. You leaving?
Yes, I'm leaving.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
When we were working on the on our 2-story, so we ran into what was it one day when we were looking for nails and wood. That's been the most useful thing that we've tried to find. Nails. They've been a part of a lot of stuff. We originally had an idea to make a weapon and chisel inside of it and put a nail inside of the weapon. Like in here, we could put a nail inside of there. So, what?
Man, this better go to engineering because you're getting a lot of good comments here. It says the little things they learn as they go turn into big things. Jeremy said that imagination will get him places. Alex said the mind is a great tool. And Jeremy said engineering mindset, which I do agree Kade has an engineering mindset because he can draw really, really good. But he also he's a very organized kid when it comes to tools and stuff. And we found this out when he was about 1.5 years old.
Trust me about Colton. Colton gets mad when we're at the tree because it's near sand. It's a very sandy. We had a giant sand fight. We were grabbing sand and throwing it at each other, but it wasn't really fair because my friend was on this side, like this side, and we were on over here, and the sand and the wind was going this way, and
Hey, look who's watching.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
But he was throwing the sand this way, and it was hitting us. But when we threw sand, it would just come back to us. So
Tim said to show you JB Weld.
Who's that?
So JB Weld is a epoxy that you can mix together that will bond that rock to that stick permanently. Or it can take two metal pieces and glue them together permanently.
That could be pretty useful.
Yeah.
Instead of having to find nails, we could just put that on can it glue it to tree bark and other.
Oh, I'm sure you could, but tree bark is going to come off.
That's why that's another thing. We were using this to get the tree bark off. So over time, the nails wouldn't fall off because of the tree bark. Yeah. So it's funny because one side the tree is like that tall. Let's say over here it's got all the bark is like gone on this side. Up here there is still tree bark. Yeah. There's little spots of no tree bark and we've been.
So what is it that y'all are building in this tree? Are you building like a clubhouse? You built what are y'all doing?
Well, we started off trying to get good weapons to make an under thing, like somewhere.
Because you're afraid you're going to get attacked?
No, because we knew it was going to rain.
So you needed weapons because it was going to rain.
No, not weapon. Not 'cause
Shouldn't you have
to
had
get
shelter?
wood. Yeah, that's what we were trying to do. Get like axes and things that we could build a shelter out of. So we started making.
Oh, so you built the tools so that you could make the shelter.
Yes.
Okay, that's a great
like
start.
This. You use this to clear out the area, and we use this to dig holes where you could put sticks in the ground. And after we acquired a place to like build at and do stuff, Colton and Cannon were out looking for like nails and stuff because we had figured out that we need to build places to build
Oh,
stuff.
I found some nails.
It's really it's really hard to build on the sand because you have to hold it like this and use the nails, and it's really scary because I think because the nails are like that big and they're all bent and stuff, and you have to unbend them while you're holding the piece of nail. And I actually when it was still happening, I hammered myself.
So he hammered himself, and I kind of made fun of him when he hammered himself. He goes like, "Yeah, look, I didn't even cry. It didn't even hurt. It just happened. What is that?" And I was like, "Well, it's a blood blister is all it is."
And now we're working on trying to get upstairs, I guess. Like we're trying to make like something to look up at because our next goal is to kill something. We almost killed a rabbit.
Why would you see? That's where I draw the line. You don't need to kill anything. Why would you want to kill that little rabbit?
Fish? What about fish?
If you go fishing, you're hooking it. You're going to eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Why would you want to kill a rabbit? Let's get back to the killing of the rabbit part. That makes you a little psycho.
How does it make me a little psycho?
Because you're not hunting rabbits. You're like, we just want to kill something.
You never wanted to do that with your friends?
No.
Not even bugs?
Bugs are different. Bugs are bugs.
Like ants and stuff? Oh yeah, that's another thing we did. It did not end well. I got bit in the mouth.
Yeah. So that's karma. You were trying to kill a goddamn rabbit. The ants were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you out."
No, that's not what. No, we found an ant pile, and and we didn't want to go back and get food. So we were like, I have an idea. Colton had an idea to kill the ants and cut off the little butts of them and eat them. So Cannon was the first one to try it, and I didn't kill it good enough, I guess. And it bit him in the lip.
So you guys thought that you could eat ants?
Yeah, Colton
because y'all were hungry.
Colton searched it up on his phone to see if ants were edible.
And what'd they say?
It said if you cut off the the little butt of them, little stinger, and make sure they're dead, you can eat them. So
in places in some places in Asia, they actually have the big fire ants or the big tree ants, whatever they're called.
Yeah, the tree ants.
Yeah, they fry them and then cover them in chocolate and eat ants.
I know.
But you got to eat like 100,000 million of them to equal a meal.
Well, we had 5 because they kept biting us.
So you were eating ants. Okay.
We got one down our throat.
Uncle Mike's watching.
I only got one down. Cannon didn't get one out. He got a fire ant stuck in his mouth and he couldn't kill it. And so he just went like that. He bit his own lip and killed it. And it stung him like 5 times in his mouth.
All right, people, there's a disclaimer that needs to be right here. I have done 99% of what this kid is saying, but I have never wanted to kill a rabbit, and I have never eaten ants.
We only did that once because we were all too lazy to go back to the house and get
At least ding, 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 you're the winner. At least you said it. You were just too lazy to come back to the house.
Well, I said that earlier. It's just, and in the middle of it, once we were finally like, okay, we've all gotten bit in the mouth except for Colton, because Cannon got bit in the mouth first. I thought, I just didn't kill it good enough. I just didn't kill it, so I did it, and they were still alive. How if somebody cut off?
Can you imagine if you had a live ant in your mouth and you swallowed it and it got down in your stomach? Can you imagine all the biting he would be? He'd be like, "What the hell? I didn't do nothing to this guy. I'm gonna bite him. I'm biting." And then it goes out your butt. And he's biting your butt.
He wouldn't be alive. He'd fall into that acid and die.
Oh, okay. So you were paying attention in school. I was just checking.
There was acid in
I
your
don't care who
stomach.
you are. This is a great show. I did not know my son was out in the wilderness.
I keep telling you to
Eating
come over to
ants.
the tree. And one day, it was a couple days ago when it rained.
Dude, it's been raining its butt off.
I know, but like 2 days ago, this weekend, Colton was home because with the whole thing, he was finally home.
Yeah.
And we wanted to go to the tree. So we went to the tree and we forgot snacks. And I didn't eat breakfast. Remember that morning when Colton had a bowl of cereal?
Yeah.
And we decided we had the sleepover and me and Ken didn't eat.
I don't know about y'all not eating. I know there was food there, so
Colton
y'all didn't eat
ate
because y'all was
a bowl
lazy
of
in the
cereal,
house.
and me and Cannon were playing Super Smash Bros. And we all wanted to go to the tree, and I wasn't hungry yet. By the time we got over there, I'm like, oh, I'm hungry.
And you thought
And then-
ants would fill you up?
I thought if I ate a couple ants, it would fill me up. And then Cannon had the idea, let's feed them some airheads. They will taste like airheads. And I said, Cannon,
Feed the ants airheads.
and they will taste like airheads. That's what Cannon said. And I said that there's no way.
Are y'all
Then we
hearing
bet
this?
$5 on it wouldn't taste like airheads. So we went back home, got a little bit of airheads. We walked all the way back there and fed it airheads. And I said, and then Cannon put it in his mouth and it bit him. And I said, ha, you owe me $5. And he's like, I don't even have $5. So, and then Cannon said, well, let's just make sure we kill it. We kill it, but they have these little twitchies, little twitch things, and their mouth still pinches, and they were dead. But it doesn't matter. You have to like sit them out for like, I don't know, like a long time before they stop twitching. But my idea was just cut off their head. But then Colton said, then there's nothing left. There's like, because they're super skinny and they're
Yeah.
like, so then Colton never ate any because he said he was full.
Because he's smarter.
And he had cereal.
I just think this is a great story. This is a great.
Well, I always tell you to come over there.
But do you think I'm going to go over there and eat ants?
No, but maybe come over there and see what we've been
Oh,
building.
I'm definitely going to come over there and see what you're doing because there's going to be a part 2 to this show because everybody's going to want to know what's going on.
So here's some more stuff. This is the best story. We had when we went to school, everybody wanted to hear about it, and we told them all. So a couple weeks, like a week ago, on the weekend, me and my Colton and Cannon, those are my two best friends, and we had a sleepover at my house. And we wake up super early and we're playing Super Smash Bros. Colton said he was hungry. I said, "Go make yourself a bowl of cereal." He was watching. He was in next to the door, and I was like, I'm telling you, I wouldn't come in here at all. So he was sitting next to the door watching us play Super Smash Bros. And he finished. He put his bowl up and he says, "Okay." And then I said, "Now that you're finished eating, can we go to the tree?" That's what we named it. After a while, we named it Tree Long Walk because it takes half an hour to get over there.
Tree Long Walk. Surely you guys find that as funny as I do. So the tree is known as the Tree Long Walk
because it's a long walk. It takes so long. And so their grandmother said. Her grandmother was over watching them. She says, "Well, you can go over there for half an hour." And I was like, "It's going to take us half an hour to get over there. It's at least going to take us an hour. If we get over there, it's going to take us 30 minutes. When we come back, it's going to take another 30 minutes." So I said, we don't even have the time to do that unless we ran. But still, it'd be like 20 minutes. But so we're having the sleepover, and we were gonna go. So he was awake, and I'm surprised you were awake because it was still super early. I mean, early. So you were up, and we asked you to go to the tree. You said we could go, so we packed up all this stuff, these weapons, and a hammer and some tape. And we went, and we were walking, and we heard thunder, and Cannon wanted to go back, but I said, "Why?" And we had found this umbrella on the side of the road. It had holes in it and all the stuff, and we thought it was broken and everything. So we took the umbrella with us since we heard the thunder. And thank the Lord we brought that because it started raining later, and we all got under it. We were all smushed together. Cannon was holding the pole, and we were all huddled together for like at least 10 minutes. And I was sitting on the floor, getting the back of my neck and my back was all wet since I was trying to do. We found this piece of wood that looked like a Nike symbol. We wanted to put it in the tree and write our names on it.
So these guys are saying you can eat crickets.
You can eat crickets.
So yeah, dry them out and eat crickets. Jeremy said he's had barbecue flavored crickets before, and he said they weren't that bad. And
Well,
then
can you have regular crickets?
Tim said jalapeno flavor.
How do you just kill them? Can you just like?
I guess you dehydrate them, dry them out. I don't know. I've never eaten crickets.
I had a cricket lollipop before.
When?
We went to I don't remember. I think it was at like we went somewhere. I think it was at the cavern. We went to some cavern.
Oh yeah,
And they
yeah,
had
yeah,
little
yeah.
lollipops, and
I
there was a
do.
spider one. Do you remember that?
I do.
Mom bought a cricket one that was red, and I ate that. It didn't taste. I didn't even feel it. I was scared when I got to the cricket part.
I've eaten worms before.
I've had worms before. I've had a June bug.
No, I had like worms.
Yeah, like a worm that you like earthworm.
No, I would not eat a earthworm.
Why?
Because there's no sense in all of that. I just saw the Energizer bunny drum across the bottom of the screen. I know he's got. I mean, it's great. No, it's at the bottom of a bottle of tequila.
Oh, okay. Well,
Blech.
we were doing so. We walked down there. We finally got there, and it was raining and everything. And me and Cannon were hungry. He was thirsty, and I was hungry, and he was hungry too. And then we started fighting over ants and
To eat ants?
Yeah, we were fighting over who got the most ants. And I was like, I'm getting the most ants since I was the one that cut off all their butts. So they were all fidgeting and stuff. And Cannon took the first bite, and he immediately spit it out and said, "It bit me." And I said, "No, it's just because I didn't kill him good enough." So this time I smushed it, and he tried another one. He said, "It bit me." And then I said, "Okay, I'm just going to cut off its head." And he's like, "Now it doesn't taste like anything." I said, "Okay, I'm just going to cut off the pinchers." And he put it in, and he said, "It feels weird because now it's crawling on me." And I said, "Just eat it." And then I gave him another one.
Should they taste like peanuts?
No, they don't. They taste like
Are they
blood.
blood?
They just taste like hard blood. Like
Ugh.
scab. They taste like a scab.
When the hell would you eat a scab?
I don't know, but it seems like it tastes like a scab. You've never like had dry skin and you like chew on your dry skin?
No. Why would I?
I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
I was hungry.
What is? So you're gonna eat a scab?
No, I didn't eat the scab. I
No,
know
you
that
said you ate a scab before.
No, not the scab. I said dry skin. I know. I said it probably tastes like a scab, hard, bloody flavor.
Okay, man, you gotta go to bed, bro.
Well, I'm already finished. So it stopped raining, and we said we're gonna go. Colton, you stay here and look for stuff.
I know, Jeremy, right? Jeremy said, "That's your kid, Kevin." Yes.
SMH. What's SMH?
Shaking my head. He said, "Proud Papa moment." Yes. Hold on. Finish your story, bro, because you've only got 5 minutes left before you got to go.
So what happened? It stopped raining. So me and Cannon, Colton's
Look
little
at the
brother,
screen. They want to see your face.
we walked back to the house. We jumped the pond, and then we caught not the pond, the ditch, and we walked all the way back to the house. And we go grab. I think we each got a little bit of gummies, and then we had packed a little bag of.
Okay, let's get to this. Where'd you get the gummies?
Mom bought me a ton of gummies.
Oh, okay.
And we got 3 pieces of gummies.
Just checking, people.
We got 3 things of gummies, and we got a bag of chips. Just like not the whole bag, but like we took a Ziploc bag and poured some in the bag.
Oh, okay.
And then we walked back, and we got right to the door. I opened the door, and it was like, and it was all raining and thundering. I was like, "Oh, Colton's gonna have a fit." And Cannon's like, "I'm not going. I'm staying here." And I said, "No, you're coming." And I was like, "Do I though?" I was like, "Fine, we'll go." So we step out immediately. We're soaking wet, and we walk down there pouring. And by the time we jump the fence, we walk to it's like a row, and then the trees down here. Down here, and it's like a big old row.
Yeah.
And so we walked all the way down there, and I can see Colton. He found this metal pipe, I guess, and was hanging the big old metal pipe against what are they called? The umbrella, the big old umbrella, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Colton, we're over here. And he looks forward, let go of the big old metal thing in the umbrella, and the metal slide looking thing falls on his head and he falls down. I was like, oh my God, is he dead? And he lifts up his hand and says, no. He screams out, no. And it fell on him and he couldn't get up. And there was rain all pouring on his head. And I was like, oh, that must suck because he was facing this way, right up. And the rain was just pouring on him. We finally get over there, and he's like, can you lift this thing off of me? And me and Ken lift it up, and he gets off, and his whole face is just got water all over him. And everything's falling down, and we're like, oh my God, it won't stop raining. And then the wind starts pushing up, so it takes away the umbrella. It just absolutely takes it. And it goes flying off, so Cannon goes and chases after it, and we're sitting there like this trying to get and then Cannon finally grabs it and pulls it back, and then it stops raining. And I'm like,
okay.
And then
you're done. It's time for you to go in.
Okay.
So tell everybody thank you for watching.
Thank you.
The Chronicles of Kade. And there will be a part 2 because I'm definitely going to take some videos and some stuff of the tree.
And there will be more stuff because we'll probably go back tomorrow. And I guess I'll bring bring my tablet and take some pictures. Or do you want to come?
No, I don't know, man. It's all good.
You sure you don't want to come?
You
don't want to come to our aunt?
Tell everybody thank
buffet?
you for watching.
We have an ant buffet though. You can eat as much ants as you want.
I don't need to eat ants.
We've got June bugs. We've got these little yellow.
Do you eat bugs, or is it just the ants?
We only have eaten the ants, but I've eaten June bugs. I've accidentally eaten a bee.
Eaten.
It didn't taste good. The bee did not taste good. It was on accident too.
Hey, tell everybody thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Tell everybody good night.
There'll be more stuff tomorrow since I'll probably go back. And he's gonna come with me and eat some ants.
I'm not eating ants.
I'm not gonna eat ants.
I'm not doing it. Here, take your stuff. Say goodbye.
Okay.
Say everybody.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, they can't see. Bye.
Okay. I'll bring this down for you. Your hands are full. Okay, you got it. All right. I love you.
Oh, Dad, do you have an axe?
I do.
Oh, where's that? I asked you.
Well, now that I know more about you, I'm not going to give you an axe.
Why?
I don't know. But anyway.
It'd be so helpful.
Yeah, it would.
I won't kill any rabbits.
Yeah, well. So, I told you guys, man, I was going to start doing stuff that I enjoyed doing. I should have had him on a couple of years ago. His storytelling is amazing. I must apologize for the whole he was going to want to kill the rabbit. That's just beyond me. But the eating the ants thing, that's actually funny as shit to me that kids do that, because you know damn good and well all of us, we did stupid shit like that when we were kids. But it was great to have him on here tonight. It was great for you guys watching. I appreciate all you guys hanging in there and commenting and staying interacted with him. I sincerely appreciate that. But again, we are going to be putting stuff together to build content for the channel, for the YouTube channel especially, so that it's more entertaining to watch, more cool stuff to watch. And there's going to be some nights I'm still trying to figure out the tech side about getting the camera, the visual through my eyes into what I'm doing. So when you're watching me, you can actually see what I'm seeing while I'm working, and you can see how I'm working with the stuff that I'll be working with. But anyway, you guys go have a great night. Thank you again for watching. If you feel so inclined to share the videos, I'd appreciate that. Feel so inclined to go to the YouTube channel, which is the Grind Biker Build Off on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, watch a couple of the videos, man. Let's make this happen. Exactly. Yeah, Tree Long Walk. I want to say thanks to everybody for watching and my family members for watching. It was great to see. Brian Bailey, if you're still watching, give me a call in exactly 2 minutes, please. I need to talk to you. But anyway, you guys go have a great night. We will